Hi, so today I thought I would just do a quick little project with you. I got these wonderful handmade by Inca's World Wear shoes. I like these guys because they give back. Let's see, what their claim to fame is. I think they plant a tree for every pair of shoes they sell, something like that, which is terrific. We need more trees. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to go ahead and pull these out. Show them to you. They're beautiful as is. They certainly don't need glitter, but come on, a little glitter right here and here. It's gonna make these babies pop. So that's today's project. Okay, now with shoes, you have the opportunity to do two things. One, do a great job, or two, do just a fun, casual job. Because these are beautiful shoes and somebody worked very hard to make them. They're handmade. I want to do a really good job of glittering them. And I will be doing a very fine job of brushing the adhesive on and the glitter on, okay? So I'm going to take you through the steps with close-ups, and let's do it. If you are a beginner, this is your first pair of shoes, you may want to avoid glittering this section. It can be a little tricky. Not only do you have the holes to deal with, but you'll have the wear and tear on the laces as they move and stretch. And if you are not comfortable with doing this, you may find that the glitter that you put on isn't thick enough to be able to handle the wear and tear. You really have to make sure the glue penetrates well. So if this is your first pair of shoes, you might want to stick to, maybe just this part, or, this part. Okay. I'm not going to be glittering down in there. That's just asking for too much trouble. One of the things I always do is start by cutting off anything that's going to get in my way. Sometimes shoes will have little tags, or they'll have little, bits of something that's going to make it difficult for you. Get all those little bits off. Okay, great. Today I'm going to be using the tulip glue. I really like this stuff. It's something I've used on t-shirts and jeans and things like that. Really like it. It comes with a sponge, which I'm not going to be using. I'm actually going to be brushing it. What I usually do in this kind of case is I go ahead and use the cap as a little glue well, shall we say. But you can also, of course, get yourself a little dish or something. Okay, so now at this point you have a couple choices. One, you can go ahead and take tape, and you can run your tape right along here. And you can, at that point, be very messy in your work, which is totally fine. Otherwise, if you feel very, very comfortable, you can get yourself a brush and you can brush right up to the edge. In this case, I want to actually have the edge right here, this edge, stay blue. And I'm just going to put the glitter right on the top. So I'm actually not going to tape. Normally I would tape and be very, very careful to tape perfectly, so I got a nice clean edge. But in this case, I actually want that blue to show, so I'm not going to be taping. Just going to jump right on in. I am using a polyester glitter ultrafine, and it is called, it's a Mix Madness, it's called Outer Space Blue. And the technique I'm going to use is I'm going to be brushing on a section with glue, sprinkling glitter on, and then moving on to the next section. So here we go. The idea with glitter is to make sure that you have enough glue for the glitter to stick to. If you don't, you'll get patches where it won't stick, and there's nothing worse than blotchy glitter. I'm using this very small brush for the edges, but I will be switching to the bigger brush on the table here as soon as I get my edges the way I like them. When you're using ultrafine, everything kind of stands out. If you're using chunky, you can hide a lot of your glitter or your extra glue, or if you have your uneven glue marks and so forth. But the ultrafine does tend to show them a little bit more. So make sure But you've done a pretty even job. Okay, so at this point, I went ahead and glittered the front, the sides. I've opted not to do the top. I felt like it was just, these are too new a pair of shoes and they could last a long time. And I'm just afraid it's gonna flake off. If these were an old pair of shoes and I only expected to get a few months worth of, love out of them, I probably would have gone ahead and glittered these, but I've decided not to. Please keep this in mind. Do as few coats as you possibly can over the top. I know it's tempting to just coat and coat and coat and coat because it feels good to really seal it in there. The problem is when you do that, you have created a barrier so that it makes the light have to work very, very hard to hit the particle of glitter and sparkle. The more things you put over the top of it, the more the light has to work to hit it, and the less sparkle you'll have. So the lightest sealing possible is always going to be the best way to go. Okay, so we're going to wait a day. We'll come back. I'll show you a little bit of the cleanup and a little bit of the sealing, and then I'll show you what it looks like done. At this point, the shoe has dried. I've cleaned off all of the extra flakes using tape. Tape's real handy for that sort of thing. Sometimes you can start with a brush and get most of it off, but a nice piece of tape will take the rest off and get it nice and clean. And it's time to seal the shoe. There's different things you can seal it with. You can use the same adhesive that you used before, like the tulip glue. If you're just doing, like, let's say a one-night stand type shoe where you're only going to wear it once as a costume, Glitter Blast is probably sufficient. But I want to wear these for a long, long time, so I'm going to go ahead and use a Mod Podge Super Gloss. I like the one that's called Super Gloss because it is extremely shiny and it tends to not take away the wonderful brilliance of the glitter. And I am just very carefully just brushing it right over the top, letting it dry a day, and then you're good to wear. So here we go. As you're brushing, if you've found that you've missed a spot, you can actually go in, take a little pinch, pop it in there, press it in, just kind of dab a little glue over the top. Keep going. It's as quick and easy as that.